Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Here on this Thursday evening, the AC2 Skinz UMP Modified Series, the penultimate round of the season, travels to the dirt track at Charlotte, as all roads lead to the dirt track at Charlotte. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Stephen McMillan. Stephen, you got qualifying on the program. Hayden Cardwell, Dylan Wilson, Shane James, your top three. Hopefully another exciting night of racing. As you said, what did you say? We had 40 odd drivers, 47?
47.
At the moment,
47 drivers. Yes.
At the moment, 41 drivers have taken the time. We've got two other cars that are out on the racetrack at the moment. So that's going to put 43 drivers to take a time. As it stands, the field is separated. Those 42 drivers that did get a time are separated. Oh, stop clicking the yellow button. They are separated by less than half a second. That's not a whole lot of time when it comes to UMP modifieds.
That's right, surely not. And you know what? We got 4 heat races, 8 laps long. Top 5 will go to the future tonight, and everybody else will play in the alphabet soup, Brett.
That indeed they will. We'll get to take a look at the point standings during this stream. What we'll do is we'll get to take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 1 of the AC2 Skinz UMP Modified Series. Starting on pole in car number 7, Hayden Cardwell. On his outside in number 118, Joshua Hessen. Corey Whitworth will start inside second row, position number 3. Out of position 4, the 93 of Zachary DeLong. Position 5 going to be the 5P of Dylan Petty and Bryson Banks out of position number 6. Alex Holbert out of position 7. Gavin Jordan out of position 8. Then we go back to the Yardbird. Dylan Thomas out of position 9. Ryan Ray lines up 10th, and 11th is going to be Jeff Isabel. Steve, it's quite easy to say Hayden Cardwell, he's going to be one to beat here. He's certainly going to be hard to beat off the front row.
That's right, and he's always been strong here at Charlotte. I've watched many races. Another person to keep an eye on is Corey Whitworth, the 69.
Yeah, he's going to be one to watch from third. Of course, keep an eye on Dylan Thomas as well. He's been known to pass some cars during the heat races. Steve, so far 6 weeks completed. We've covered, I think, 3 of these. This is a 4th now. We have seen 4 different winners. Hayden Cardwell, he's picked up 2 wins. Jordan Casey's picked up 2 wins. Dylan Wilson has picked up 1. So that is D1RT has picked up 5 of the 6 wins. The only non-D1RT driver to pick up a win happens to be Shane James. And that happened a couple of weeks ago at Fairbury. We get set to go green flag action off turn number 4, the AC2 Skinz UMP Modified Series. We are green here at the dirt track at Charlotte, and Hayden Cardwell got a monster start over the rest of the field. Whitworth going to slide into second position, but here comes Hessen looking back to the outside down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4, Dylan Petty rides in the 4th position, but now here comes DeLong trying to work to the outside of Petty down into turn number 1 and 2, Steve.
That's right, Zachary DeLong and car number 93Z coming out turn number 2 down a back straightaway. He's running the high line, and you see Petty running the bottom line. There's 2 different lines right now, some good racing, and even in the back, there's 3 wide, Brett, as in turn number 1. Coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway, you know, your second place driver, Corey Whitworth, he's been doing pretty good in these UMP modifieds everywhere he runs these cars at.
He's no stranger to putting the 69 up near the front of the field. Thomas gets by the 51 of Banks and the 7 of Hull, but he moves into position 6, still not into a transfer position. We go back up to your top 5 are running nose to tail as Whitworth runs low. Look at Hessen trying to run the top side, trying to cut it down on the exit of turn 2, but the 5P of Dylan Petty. However, 5 down, 3 to run. Steve, if Hayden Cardwell continues to finish out this race in first position, it would be the 3rd time that he would start on pole for a 50-lap main event.
That's right. He's definitely pulling away from Corey Whitworth in that 2nd spot. And you look right there at Joshua Hessen following in the footsteps of Corey Whitworth as it comes to complete lap number 7. Oh, 6. They're on lap number 7. I'm trying to advance it. 2 to go, Brett.
And he's trying to make this a 7-lap heat race right now, but it'll be the white flag this time by for your race leader out in front for D1RT Racing. Looking to get his third pole position start in this season's AC2 Skinz UMP Modified Series. Into turns 3 and 4, checkered flag is out. Hayden Cardwell will start on pole. Corey Whitworth gets second. Third is going to be Joshua Hessen. Fourth will go to, in fact, it'll be Dylan Petty, Dylan Thomas, Bryson Banks, DeLong, Hessen, Holbert, and everybody else that finished in that one. Heat number 1 complete. Heat 2 up next. Let's take a look right now with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All right, starting in front row in D1RT entry car number 80 is Dylan Wilson. On his outside in car number 00, Swindell Speed Labs driver Kendall Tucker. Your second row inside in car number 33 is Evan C. On his outside in car number 4, it's Colin Bowden. Your third row inside in a 257, it's Blake Garrett. And on his outside in car number 26 is Eric Scalf. In car number 64, starting 7th tonight is Bryce Nichols. Todd Froelich will start 8th in car number 25. Jared Wenzel will start 9th. Derek Nichols will start 10th. Caleb Hall will start 11th, and Jesse Jondra will start 12th, and he did not make the call.
How about this for another stat? Just because I'm good at spitting these stats out. Only one driver has won from the pole position over the past 7 weeks. 6 weeks. Sorry.
Well, that is one stat to have.
Guess who that driver is?
A lucky driver. Hayden Carwell.
Shane James. The only non-D1RT driver in that has picked up a win.
Alrighty, lights are out of base truck. We're fixing to go green flag racing as the base truck leads the field out turn number 2. Base truck pulls off. These drivers are going down the back straightaway. The field will start to bunch up. They are starting to pick up speed into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4. Green flag is out, and Dylan Wilson's on loud pedal. And look at their Kendall Tucker with a good start, too. They go into turn number 1. Kendall Tucker look underneath of Dylan Wilson. They come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Wilson, but look right there, the 33 car is side by side with the 4 car Chad Bola. And coming out of 4, leader of lap number 1 will be Dylan Wilson, Brett.
Yeah, Wilson working the outside of the racetrack. Tucker works down low and now tries to come up the exit on turn number 2, but Dylan Wilson continues to lead. Wilson through the middle, kind of slams the door shut there on Kendall Tucker. Here comes the 4 of Colin Bolden in that 4 machine, the red entry. Evan C back there in 3rd. Then you go back to Blake Garrett as well. So Steve, our top 5 cars are pulled away from the rest of the field. And right now, Tucker is under heavy pressure along with Evan C. He's under fire, but he's putting the pressure right now on the 4 machine of Bowden.
That's right, and look at the 257 of Blake Garrett looking underneath a 33 car as it comes out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Blake Garrett underneath Evan C into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, Evan C will have a run on the high side as he's stuck right behind the 4 car. As they go to turn number 1, Brett, there is some good 3 wide action there for that 3rd spot.
Now Bowden, C, and Garrett as now they go back out to single file through turn number 3 and 4. 5 down, 3 to run, heat race number 2. Dylan Wilson working the outside of the racetrack. I'm surprised that he's up there right now. And there goes Evan C, moves into 3rd position. But Steve, well, with this track and how tacky it is, I'm very surprised to see that we're seeing a couple of different gurus. You're going top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4 for your race leader. Now Kendall Tucker going to follow suit with just 2 laps left to run. And if Dylan Wilson can hang on, it's going to be a D1RT front row. And every time that Hayden Cardwell has started on the pole position, well, we've had Jordan Casey pick up the win. So, I mean, this could be ominous signs for Jordan Casey.
Definitely could be as the white flag is out for Dylan Wilson as they go down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Look at Kendall Tucker throwing it down low. Cannot make nothing happen. Coming out turn number 4. Your heat race number 2 winner, Dylan Wilson, Kendall Tucker, Evan C. 3rd. Colin Bowden will come. Oh, I didn't refresh my thing down here. 4th is Jared. 5th is Todd Froelich. And let's see here. 6 is Nichols. There you go. So, oh, they didn't hear that. That's all right. Yeah, when you don't refresh ATVO during the race, you kind of have that problem. You're like, where did they finish? Because it's all junk.
Yeah, I know the feeling, Steve. Heat race number 3 for the AC2 Skins UMP Modified Series presented by Monsters of Dirt. This is week number 7 of 8. Next week, the final week of the series. And Steve, it is all championship week next week where points battles are going to be heating up, that's for sure. Heat race number 3, let's take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Alright, starting on pole in car number 3, it's Shane James. On the outside of the front row, it's Shad Prescott. Wesley Gwaltney will start position 3. Josh Blanchard will start position 4. James Schmidt out of position 5. Brent Fair out of position 6. Blake Hardy out of position 7. Garrett Niebregi, position 8. Joe Isabel, 9th. Justin Williams, 10th. Davin Caldwell, 11th. And Joshua Indick out of position number 12. Steve, just looking at the points. Jordan Casey versus Hayden Caldwell, 30 points in it. Zach McSwain, I didn't even get to see who was here today. I'm not going to lie, I was coming in when qualifying was starting. So yeah, he's in 3rd, Clay Debon 4th, and John Etheridge is in 5th position. There's 100 points separating the top 5, but it's all about Jordan Casey and Hayden Caldwell. These two drivers are going to fight it out. Casey has got a 30-point advantage over Caldwell.
Well, I hate to say it, I will think that Casey's going to win the championship, Brett. I almost bet you that. But with that being said, lead us to the greens.
Alright, heat number 3 of the AC2 Skins UMP Modified Series. A bit of a tongue twister, that one. Sometimes green flag is out. 8 laps on the board here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Shane James got a good start. Look at Prescott. Straight to the outside, straight to the cushion, into turn number 1. Tries to cut it back down to the middle of the racetrack. Car into the wall, but Shane James now under fire here from not only Shad Prescott, but Wesley Gwaltney as well. But here goes Prescott. Prescott going to lead lap number 1. He goes back to the top shelf. James works back down low. Gwaltney right through the middle of 1 and 2.
That's right, Shane James falling back to that second spot. They're in turn number 3, side by side with Shad Prescott. Shad will have the momentum on the high side. Look at Gwaltney now trying to follow the footsteps of Shad Prescott running where he was running. But you look at turn number 1. This time Shane James went high. Coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's starting to close the gap again with Shad Prescott to come out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 3.
Yeah, 3 in the books, 5 to run. Prescott looking to make it in D1RT 1, 2, and 3. And there's a chance we see, Steve, we might even see D1RT make up the first 4 rows. And, well, we know how much those boys love to race against one another. We know how much those guys love to put on a show, and especially here at the dirt track at Charlotte. They're not afraid to throw some big haymaker and some big sliders. 5 down, 3 to run. This time by Prescott, still your race leader.
Bro.
Bro?
Bro. All right. You look your top 3, run the high side. You look at the 2 car. Josh Blanchard in that 4th spot. And 5th right now is James Schmidt in the final transfer spot. As they are working lap number 7, 2 laps to go this time for Shad Prescott and Shane James. Wesley Gwaltney in that 3rd spot as they come out of turn number 4 for the white flag. Brett, bring us home.
Yeah, Prescott still leads by a car and a half length over Shane James. He makes his way out of turn number 2. James now going to get the drive there on the exit of turn 2, down into 3 and 4. It's going to be a drag race to the start finish line. Oh boy, this is going to be tight. Prescott and James. Prescott gets the win ahead of Shane James in 2nd. Gwaltney will get 3rd. 4th is going to go to Blanchard. James Schmidt in 5th. Hardy, Isabel, Williams, Niebregi, Davin Caldwell, Joshua Indick, and Brent Fair. The 12 cars for heat number 3. 4th and final heat race up on the program. And what do you know? It's a D1RT front row, Steve. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All right, start your front row. At car number 84, D1RT entry is Clay Debon. And on his outside is the current points leader, Car number 42, Jordan Casey. Your second row inside. Car number 24, JR. That is Daniel Cummings Jr. coming off a win last night. Outside of him, in car number 5 is Chris Fisher. Your third row inside. Car number 99, Anthony Cottle. Addo's outside. In car number 88 is Al Balducci. Starting seventh in car number 421 is the league owner himself, John Etheridge, on his outside. In car number 19 is Joshua Burton. Starting ninth tonight is Eric Hillard, and Josh Vincey will start 10th. Jared Jones will bring up the rear at car number 16. Actually, Jared Jones is a no-call, no-show for this heat race.
All right, well, when you put 10 more cars...
Alrighty, as we start to roll off with 1 to 2 pace laps. Don't know what John was doing there. John, he might be drunk. Who knows?
Probably having too much orange juice. I know he just come... there's a reason why he was late. I won't say on air. It's not my place to say, but nothing bad, but he's probably had too much orange juice. That's all I'm going to say.
Vitamin C, John.
Better than having that vitamin D, right?
Right. All right, people, you're watching on Facebook Live on Ultimate Dirt TV. Make sure to go to our YouTube channel, YouTube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV, and hit subscribe. It's free to subscribe, and you can see all the videos Brett does. And you can still watch us on Facebook. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so if you would help us be a part of that. As lights are out, pace truck's in. Clay Devin fixed to bring us to the green flag. Out of 4, green flag is out. Clay Devin on loud pedal. Jordan Casey is second as they start across the start finish line into turn number 1. You look at Casey up to the high side. Clay Devin now slides up, coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Look at Casey, your points leader. He passes Clay Devin. Clay Devin in the wall, Brett. He will lose a lot of spots, 5, 6, almost. He lost
every
10
spot.
spots.
Every spot he
spot.
lost. Yeah, that is unbelievable.
Wow.
It's amazing what one mistake can do, and especially to a man's confidence right now. Jordan Casey, of course, remember, Hayden Cardwell starts on pole. The 2 other times Hayden Cardwell started on pole, Jordan Casey's won. Again, that 42 must be loving life right now. We watch Chris Fisher and Daniel Cummings Jr. run side by side down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Al Balducci right there in position 4. Then you go back to Anthony Cordell in that 5th and final transfer position. But this battle on for 2nd and 3rd and 4th, Steve, is heating up right now.
That's right, heating up. You look at Chris Fisher battling for the 2nd spot with Daniel Cummings Jr. in the 24 JR as they come out of turn number 4 side by side. Fisher with momentum. He's now 2nd as Cummings falls back to that 3rd spot. But look out in that 4th spot right now. It's Al trying to roll in Daniel Cummings Jr. as they come out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 5.
Having a bit of a giggle fit, are we, Steve? Daniel Cummings Jr. on screen, a winner last night in the Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Models. It was the Pro Late Models he won, wasn't it? At the Grove? Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was.
Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Models feature winner here last night with the Monsters of Dirt crew. He rides in 3rd position at the moment. Casey looking to make the first 4 positions all D1RT. Wilson was in Heat 1, wasn't he? He finished 2nd?
Yeah.
So to make that 5 cars.
So.
Yeah, that'll be 5 cars. That'll be D1RT. One lap to go, Steve. Bring it home.
All right, down the back straightaway, Jordan Casey with no pressure behind him as Chris Fisher's in 2nd, Daniel Cummings 3rd. Coming out turn number 4, heat race number 4 winner will be car number 42, your points leader, Jordan Casey. Chris Fisher 2nd, 3rd is Daniel Cummings Jr., Al Balducci 4th, Anthony Cottle 5th, Josh Vincey 6th, 7th, Clay Devin, Eric Hillard will be. All right, and yeah, if you're watching last night in the Pro Late Models, you know, a lot of women we found out are going to be buying the butt kickers, you know, because the champion of the Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Ball Series will receive a butt kicker, and they might be sold out for. They better hope they got them, you know, got the butt kicker for, you know, for the champion right now, because if not, they're going to be kind of like getting
surely you and I have got to get a commission out of that one. If they're selling out, we're pushing the product, baby.
That's right. All the women buying butt kickers, putting their office seats in their home recliners. Choo choo! All right, this is your C main. It's going to be 12 laps long, top four. Make it to the B main tonight. All right, starting your front row. It's in car number 19, Team VLR. It's going to be Garrett Eberg on his outside. At car number 421, the orange juice man himself, John Etheridge. Your second row inside. At car number 34 is Ryan Ray, and Blake Garrett will start on your outside into 257. Your third row inside. At car number 07D is going to be Davin Cardwell on his outside. At car number 19 is Joshua Burton. Starting seventh tonight is Jeff Isabel, and Derek Nichols will start on the outside. Bring it up the rear. At car number 01 is Brett Fair. All right, lights are going out in the pace truck. We're going green flag racing. Next time by, Garrett Eberg and John Etheridge will bring the field to the green flag. As I said again, this is 12 laps in top four. We'll make it to the B main. 5 drivers will go home empty-handed tonight. All right, they're going into turn number 3. Whoa, John just took off there. Oh, there goes Eberg. Green flag is out. There's some mind games going on there. John was a little happy. He must have drank a little bit too much of his orange juice as he ducks underneath the 34 car. Ryan Ray take over that second spot again. Ryan Ray in the wall. Blake Garrett is in third. As across the line to lead lap number 1 is Garrett Eberg as they go into turn number 1. Look at there, John Etheridge in second place, leading the next group of cars. That's Blake Garrett and Davin Cardwell to 07 as they complete lap number 2 on lap number 3.
What did I miss? I missed a hell of a good start, that's for sure.
You did. There was some good. Like I said, John, he must have been drinking something in his orange juice because he almost had a well of a start.
Vodka
3 wide there.
Vodka and OJ, apparently.
Yeah, a screwdriver.
Whoa,
maybe this ain't him driving.
I could probably say it's definitely him driving. Remember we seen him come from the back at Fairbury once? Look at this 3 wide. Cardwell, Garrett, and Etheridge all putting on a show. What is this? The top 4 should go through out of this one, Steve, correct?
That's right, top 4.
Yeah, well, these are the 3 of the 4 drivers that should make this show.
All right.
Yeah, look at Garrett and Etheridge come together there. Now that's going to bring in the 26 of Jeff Isabel. Trying to ring those bells, trying to rattle some feathers. Derek Nichols at 21. Blake Garrett going to pull to the inside. Blake Garrett out of this one. And now, well, we're going to look at Derek Nichols for that 4th and final transfer spot. Here comes Brent Fair with a slide job into turn number 1 and 2.
That's right. It's Derek Nichols and Brett Fair valid for that final transfer. Look at Brett Fair looking underneath. Did not make it happen as they cross the line to complete lap number 7. Working on lap number 8 now. Garrett has round about a 8-car length advantage over second place in Davin Cardwell. And John Etheridge is
looking at, what do we got? 3 to go this time by as well. It'll be this time by when Garrett Eberg decides he wants to stop blinking in and out. It's almost like Zach McSwain's running that race car, Steve.
Right? Yes, it is. As you look right now, car number 07, Davin Cardwell, he has closed the gap on Eberg as he go into turn number 3, exiting turn number 4 down the front straightaway to complete lap number 10 of this C.
C main cars on track, just 2 to run. Garrett Eberg, Davin Cardwell. Davin, very surprised, although he didn't get a qualifying effort, didn't get a qualifying time in Steve, so That's obviously put him behind the 8 ball. He's going to have to race his way through the B main if he's going to have any sort of chance at making the show. But a couple of turns to go, Steve. It's all yours, buddy.
That's right. White flag, last lap. They're on the back straightaway. David Cardwell's, he's digging it deep, trying to sell it cheap. It is a little too young to try it, but he's done it. And Garrett Nieberge will come home as the winner for the C main. David Cardwell is second. John Etheridge third. Fourth will be Derek Nichols. Fifth is Brent Fair, Jeff Isabel, Joshua Burton, and Blake Garrett.
Yeah, that is C main complete here at the dirt track at Charlotte for the AC2 Skinz, the UMP modified series. Your B main, 15 laps. Up next, let's take a look at how they line up with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Alright, 15 laps, top 5 go through to your main event. Zachary DeLong and Bryce Nichols will start in row number 1. Row number 2 going to be Blake Hardy and Josh Vinci. Row 3, Joshua Hessen, Colin Bowden. Row 4, Joe Isabel, Clay Devon. Row 5, Alex Holbert and Eric Scalf. Row 6, Justin Williams, Eric Hilliard. Row 7, Gavin Jordan, Caleb Hall. Row 8, Garrett Nieberge and Davin Cardwell. Row 9, John Etheridge and Derek Nichols. Steve, this is a wild one.
That's right. 15 laps. Top 5 will make it to the future. Make it a 20. Wait. Yeah.
25.
No, what? 25 car field for the A main tonight. And, you know, I've been watching this guy, Zachary DeLong, on Monday nights. He's been impressive lately. I'm going to say he's going to win the B main. And you know what? I will say Davin Cardwell will make it to the A. It's going to be a fun one to watch with him starting in the back.
Oh, that's a pretty bold prediction. I'm going to go with Josh Vinci to win this one. And I'm going to say Davin Cardwell to finish 8th.
All right, pace truck pulls off, Brett. We're going to have one hell of a start here. You ready, sir?
I'm ready.
All right. You ready? Here we go. Zachary DeLong on the loud pedal. Don't step on it, son. Green flag is out. As we go to turn number 1, he runs the middle groove, slides up to the top as they exit turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Nichols right behind him into turn number 3. Nichols looking on the bottom groove. Zachary DeLong on the high side. We got cars bouncing, dutching, do-si-doing. No-nose touch there, Brett.
Well, that's a nice way to stack the field up into turns 3 and 4. Let's take a look at who was involved in that. Gavin Jordan. We've also got Joe Isabel, Justin Williams, John Etheridge involved in that as well. Let's take a look at where some of these drivers are. Where's Vinci?
That was a redneck family reunion.
Y'all, we don't touch it, those no-nos, you know what I'm saying? Was that close?
That was close. That was close.
I'll take it. Look at
Howdy!
Oh, choo-choo! You got old choo-choo.
That's right.
Hardy, we're going to talk about that during the 5-minute warm-up session that we have after this one about obviously with butt kicker, because yeah, that's some pretty big news. Obviously, we'll leave it alone for now. But Zachary DeLong,
right, they want some rated R action.
Oh, you know they want some rated R boys. They want some rated R cowgirls.
That's right.
And we're not talking about Tommy and his nipple tassels either. So, looking at these numbers have actually grown over the past couple of weeks. We've had roughly around 30 cars over the last 3 weeks. In fact, we're going to go back to the last 3 weeks. We've had, well, it's been pretty much 30 all season, actually. This is definitely the biggest field that we've had this season in this UMP modified series. We are going to go back to green flag action, 5 down, 10 to run. Steve, why don't you bring us to the green flag?
That's right. They all came out to see me tonight as I've been signing autographs. Green flag is out. Zachary DeLong bringing the field to the green flag in turn number 1. Look at the 14 car. Side by side with Nichols. That's Blake Hardy. As they're in turn number 3, look at the field. You could throw a blanket over the top 5, that's for sure. Watch out, DeLong. Nichols is looking underneath you in turn number 1.
Yes, still surprised at how tacky this racetrack is, Steve, although we've seen quite a lot of races on it so far. We've had 4 heat races, a C main, now a B main. A lot of cars taken and trying to tear up this racetrack. Look at Davin Cardwell, 7th position, looking for more. Scarf on his outside, nearly tags the back of Josh Vincey and Colin Bowden as well. There's the 4 Bowden on the bottom side. Cardwell slides up in front of, I believe that is what I thought was Chris Fisher in that 5 machine.
The 5 car, let's see, Vincey. Right there. Eric Scalps right beside Vincey going down the back straightaway. Davin Cardwell right next to Colin as he takes over that 5th spot, the final transfer spot, and they come out turn number 4. Oh, they get him in Bowden get into each other there.
Tell you what, the big mover out of this one the big winner might just be Eric Scarf. If Bowden and Cardwell continue to rub panels like they did over the past couple of laps, if they get stuck together, it is Eric Scarf, his opportunity to take that away from him. However, look at Bowden, the 4 machine, coming back on the inside. Cardwell's he's gonna have his work cut out for him.
That's right. You know what? We still got a battle for that 2nd spot. Zachary DeLong and Blake Hardy side by side coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And in turn number 3, they continue side by side coming out turn number 4. Oh, the 7 car in the wall. Look at there. Cardwell in 4th. He might take over 3rd as they go down the back straightaway.
Wow, look at these 5 cars, Steve, fighting it out for what is the final 4 positions on this racetrack. Bryce Nichols gives me your leader, Blake Hardy in 2nd in the 14 car on the outside. Here comes Davin Cardwell up through the center of the turn into turns 3 and 4. 1 to go, Steve. Davin Cardwell, he has got a transfer spot.
That's right, I said he would. And you look right now, Nichols running the high line. Look at the 14. That's Blake Hardy in that 3rd spot. He's still running really good as they're in turn number 3 for the last time coming to the checker flag. Your B-main winner will be Bryce Nichols. Davin Cardwell 2nd. Blake Hardy 3rd. Zachary DeLong 4th. 5th is Colin Bowden. Well, they swapped there at the end. Alex Hobart come home 6th. And Garrett Niebergy will come home 7th.
This isn't rated R Wednesday, Steve. All right, so we've got a 5-minute warm-up session while these drivers are going to go out there and turn some laps on this track. We're going to
Tom, that's old news. Old news, Tom.
We're going to talk about what Butt Kicker and the Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Model Series. Now, of course, Steve, the winner of that series between Zach McSwain and Daniel Cummings Jr. As I said, there's, I think, 15 points going into it after last night, after Daniel got the win. The winner is going to get a Butt Kicker prize. They have told Checkers and Wreckers that they are going to share our videos on all their social media pages. How good is that to see that Butt Kicker are getting behind not only Checkers and Wreckers, but of course our broadcast?
That's awesome, especially with the mouth I have. I gotta be on my best behavior next week.
Yeah, well, I guess we can keep it. I guess we can somewhat keep it PG until we get to the super late models. That's when the show really gets rated R.
Do I need to wear a suit and tie?
Oh, hell no. I'll be lucky to put clothes on next week.
Let it fly off, because let me tell you, there's going to be some happy women next week, whoever wins this. Well, the commission, Brett might be able to retire.
Oh, just imagine what we could do. Just imagine what we could do with all that money. I guess we could put it down to some expenses for UDTV. What do you reckon?
Hey, there you go. Some new computers, some new... I don't know. A lot of new stuff we could have. Just think maybe we could hire Tommy to be a pit road reporter.
Maybe I'd be able to finally get to pay your bills after you charge me so much.
That's right. You know, we get Howdy to be the flagman.
I don't know if he'd be up for it.
Well, he could be like the flagman with the mic, and he could tell us what's going on right at the flag stand.
We might need it after this race because I'm looking at, we're on the start-finish line camera here, and we're seeing a lot of people wreck out of turn 4, so this isn't a good sign.
Well, you know, the track is starting to slick up, and, you know, this track is really known to get rough and bumpy, and they're going to go for 50 laps around here at the dirt track of Charlotte. So we got some exciting racing to come. 50 laps, 25 drivers, a D1RT front row, second row. What more could you ask for, Brett?
Well, let's hopefully it's going to be a good show. 35 laps is the distance here tonight, which is essentially, Steve, that's 14 miles around this racetrack. Again, we'll go through the winners of the season so far after the 6 weeks. Of course, normally a 9-week series here for the Monsters of Dirt, but of course, a couple of weeks ago, taking off due to, well, Tommy showing his face on Halloween. That was pretty scary, that one. But let's go recap of this season so far. Week number 1 at the Knoxville Raceway. Jordan Casey put it on pole. Hayden Cardwell picked up the win. Week number 2 at the Kokomo Speedway. Matthew Andreasen, he put it on pole. Dylan Wilson led 50 laps to get the win. Week number 3, Hayden Cardwell put it on pole, and this time it was Jordan Casey who got the win. Week number 4, Hayden Cardwell put it on pole at Limaland. Guess what? Jordan Casey won that one. Week 5 at the Kokomo Speedway. Shane James put it on pole. He won. Only driver to win from a pole. Last week at the Grove, Mason Crawford, he put it on pole. Hayden Cardwell won. So Cardwell has only won from other drivers starting on the pole. Hayden Cardwell starts on pole. The only driver to win both those races happens to be Jordan Casey here tonight.
What some awesome stats that is, folks, and you're watching us on Facebook on Ultimate Dirt TV. Make sure to go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV, and give us a subscribe. Don't cost you a thing, but it helps us out. We'll try to get 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. You can still watch us on Facebook, you know, like us, follow us, share it, whatever, but we're just trying to get 1,000 subscribers, Brett, and we're hoping y'all can help us.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. It's certainly a lot of work to be done. It's, but, you know, every week we've come not only here, but, you know, 4 or 5 nights a week. We continue to put in the work here on Ultimate Dirt TV, and of course, we are so very thankful for everybody that has tuned in to our broadcast, whether it's your first time, second time, or 500th timers. Well, again, we appreciate all the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV, and I think I'll have to check this, but I'm pretty sure we surpassed yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. I haven't really checked, but I'll check it now. But I believe we're past 5,600 followers. In fact, 5616, and I got to think, almost a couple of weeks ago, I think we'd only just sort of reached the 5,000 follower mark. So,
hey, did you say next Wednesday or next Thursday? I mean, I'll have a special guest.
What's next Wednesday?
Thursday.
Maybe. We're going to chat with him.
That's right.
Shut up, Tommy. Shut up.
Catch me next Thursday night, maybe with a special guest. You know, I'm good at bringing idiots with me to make me look better.
Yeah, that's why you brought D1RT that one time.
It was me, Casey, and Hayden Cardwell.
Jeffrey Miller.
And we had fun.
Jeffrey Miller.
We had fun.
Yeah, Jeffrey Miller, thank you for that 50 stars. And On Racing, thank you very much for that sub on YouTube as well. Let's take a look quickly at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Row number 1, going to be Hayden Cardwell and Dylan Wilson.
Row number 2 be Shad Prescott and Jordan Casey.
Row 3, Corey Whitworth, Kendall Tucker.
Shane James and Chris Fisher, round out 8.
5th row, Dylan Petty, Evan C.
Your 6th row is Wesley Watney and Daniel Cummings Jr.
Dylan Thomas, Jared Windholes.
Your 8th row would be John Blanchard and Al Balducci.
Bryson Banks and Todd Frolick at a 17-18.
19th is James Smith and Anthony Cottle.
Bryce Nichols, Davin Cardwell.
Blake Artie and Colin Bolden.
And then we go back to Zachary DeLong. Quick, Steve, pick a winner.
Hayden Cardwell, you're the man. Go bring it home, but
yeah, he's trying to get redemption for last night. I'll tell you what, I'll go with Jordan Casey. Here we go, the AC2 Skinz UMP Modifieds presented by Monsters of Dirt. Main event, 50 laps on the board. It's now 25 miles. We are green here at the dirt track in Charlotte. Wilson getting a little out of shape there. As here comes Prescott up on the inside on Jordan Casey down into turn number 3 and 4 for the first time. However, Hayden Cardwell continues to lead Prescott. Look at Shane James 3 wide on the inside of Whitworth and Kendall Tucker. Good race up towards the front of the field. 2 and 3 wide action through this field, Steve. This could get interesting here in the next 48 laps.
That's right. Coming out turn number 4, you see Hayden Cardwell run that very bottom groove. And on the turns 1 and 2, he's on the high side, gets in the wall a little bit. Shad Prescott running the bottom of the groove that time. Coming out of 2 down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Look at Hayden. Watch out for those U-tires. They can reach out and grab you. As it's still a D1RT 1, 2, 3, and 4. But watch out. Shane James is digging it.
Yeah, here's as a famous announcer once said, he's digging it deep and selling it cheap, Steve.
That's right.
If only we're going to get that announcer on UDTV, the world would be a better place. Dylan Wilson catching the U-tie there with the left front there, checked up a bit. Kendall Tucker going to lose a few positions. 5 down, 45 to go. Wilson continues to run the bottom. Prescott, Cardwell, and Casey, they all run 3/4, if not all the way around the racetrack. And look at Cardwell. He is just a phenomenal driver to watch on the top side of the racetrack.
That's right, as it comes out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 6 of 50. He does see Wesley Watt. Is it Wesley Watney ahead of him? No, that's the 14. He's Hardy. So he will come in lap traffic a couple, about 4 or 5 laps. Shane James is in the pits.
Looking at lap times right now, 17.2 for Cardwell. Blake Hardy's a 17.3, so I mean it's a 1/10 of a second, so it might just take a little bit longer than sort of 4 or 5 laps. But boy, you just know that if this race does stay green, we are every chance and every possibility at getting into lap traffic and deep traffic that may just be a factor in tonight's race. Car to the inside on the grass going to pull up. It shouldn't trigger a caution because it's off the racing surface. 9 down, 41 to go. Wilson goes to the top shelf into turn number 1 and 2. Prescott into the wall. And there goes Jordan Casey through the middle looking for 3rd position. So Steve, look at M&C coming up to position 5. That's not what I was going to say, but it just sort of caught my eye there. I said before, these D1RT guys, they're not afraid to throw some haymakers on each other, and they always put on the good racing.
That's right. We've seen the mini leagues have fun. I mean, we watched one league where they were doing slide job after slide job for around 50 to 60 laps, caution free. As it come out, turn number 4, down the front straightaway, complete lap number 11. Corey Whitworth, look at there, Daniel Cummings Jr. in that 7th spot underneath Corey Whitworth, trying to make something happen to take that 6th spot away from Corey. As it come out of turn number 4, look at Shad Prescott running the bottom groove. Brett, this is some great racing.
Well, continuing on to our points stat that we keep an eye on throughout the series, of course, and over the last couple of weeks of the season. Jordan Casey, who is your points leader by 30 points. Hayden Cardwell, who's in 2nd. If we ever finish, if they obviously finish 1st and 3rd, how they're running right now, he's only going to gain 2 points on him. So it'll be 28 points. All Jordan Casey would have to do next week is to make the main event, and the championship is his, regardless if he finishes last. But we've also got to keep into account that the incident points as well. You lose points for the championship for every incident that you have. So as long as he can have a clean race, whether it's this week and next week, as long as he makes the show next week, Jordan Casey will be crowned the AC2 Skinz UMP Modified Champion.
That's right. And I'm watching Little Cardwell. He's not doing so good after running from the back of the B to making a transfer spot. He's currently in 21st spot. And that's Devin Cardwell. But you look right now, Hayden Cardwell running the high side. Oh, we got a car around in front of the leaders. That is James Schmidt.
Was that a Holy Schmidt moment?
That was a Holy Schmidt moment, as you see right now. Caution out for the first time tonight as they're on lap number 18. And your top five look like this: Hayden Cardwell, Dylan Wilson, Jordan Casey, Shad Prescott, and Shane Evans.
All right, just quickly,
choo-choo.
We're taking a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Oh, wow, Davin Cardwell done very well there, but boy, oh boy, that was a certainly pucker-up moment for Davin Cardwell. Steve, you just take a look at what John just said in chat. Double points all next week. Wow.
That's like having two strippers in one spot.
All I'm saying is just dollar bills flying out of my hands.
That's right, the butt kicker under the strippers' butts. Can you imagine that body shaking in front of you?
Wait, which one are we imagining?
The strippers, not us.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, I was gonna say, whoa, Steve.
Well, Tommy got this butt kicker. He's been using it, and we want to know why he was always using this butt kicker. Well, now we know, since he jiggles a lot when he races. That's the reason why he wrecks so much.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think he's just getting the enjoyment factor out of it.
That's right. He's digging it deep and selling it cheap.
Oh, it's digging deeper, right? But he ain't selling it cheap. He ain't selling it at all. That's why he won't let his wife on the computer.
All right, howdy, dollar bill, y'all. Yeehaw! Green flag is out, and Hayden Cardwell brings us back to the first green flag restart of the night. As he goes to turn number one on the high side, Dylan Wilson falling. Look at the 42 car. Your current points leader is Jordan Casey, battling for the second spot with Dylan Wilson down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Dylan Wilson kind of pinching off Hayden Cardwell in the wall a little bit. Then they come out turn number 4. Hayden Cardwell will lead lap number 22.
Cardwell continues to run the top side. Wilson runs the top. Look at Prescott and Evans C behind Jordan Casey. Side by side for positions 4 and 5. Steve, look at the bumps as they go down the straightaways. Just as they get into the turns, you look at the rear end of the modifieds. They just, especially on the top side, we'll keep an eye on Hayden Cardwell, your race leader. Ready? Watch as he comes out of turn 2. Bump, 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 bump. 3 bumps getting into the turn. That's something these drivers have to contend with. Run on the top side of the racetrack. C slides up. Casey moves into second.
That's right. And sometimes you got to have 3 bumps. The third time's a charm. And you look right there, Dylan Wilson back around a 42 car for that second spot. And they're in turn number 3, coming down turn number 4, side by side. And they better watch out because Evans C's on a mission, Brett. He is closed up to your second and third spot.
Yeah, look at Daniel Cummings Jr., the 24 JR machine on the inside of Shad Prescott as well. Look at how much Prescott car just bounced all the way into turn number 3 on the back straightaway. Casey Wilson side by side down into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job by Casey. Wilson powers back around the outside, but Casey has the momentum. Steve, I think that the bottom groove going down the back straightaway into turn 3 is certainly going to be the place to be because those cars, they just bounce so much they lose a bit of speed going into the turn.
They definitely do. As you see, they're coming out turn number 2, Casey and Wilson. And look at Evans C. He's waiting for a mistake from one of these two to bounce all over it. And they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Evans C with a good run. As Casey in the wall, Evans C goes around him for that third spot. Evans C with Team VLR in third. But watch out, here comes the 42. He's down low, sliding up. Oh, they don't make contact. Great racing there.
Now, this is fantastic racing here at the dirt track at Charlotte. See you back around the outside on Jordan Casey. They come out of turn 4 this time by 30 down, Steve. 20 laps to go. Just the one caution flagged so far. And it happened to be just one car getting, well, spitting out by himself in front of some back markers. Right now, we continue to watch Wilson, C, Casey, Prescott, now Daniel Cummings Jr., Chris Fisher, Corey Whitworth, Kendall Tucker, and Dylan Petty, your top 10.
That's right, but look at Cardwell with a sizable lead. And you look right there, Cummings Jr. trying to make something happen to get around to 14 cars. Excuse me, a Shad Prescott. And you look, the 42 slide job on Evan C's nose. They make contact as they complete lap number 32.
32, yeah. We'll start lap 33 right now. Prescott, look at Case, look at the rear end bouncing on that car. I hope he's not in a butt kicker because that would be some sort of... he might even get enjoyment out of that one.
That's right, because it's bouncing high.
Wow, this Charlotte, known for the bumpy straightaways, but boy, oh boy, just look at that left rear, just literally just bounce and pick up. And you know what? Let's take a look at our onboard cameras, thanks to Black Diamond Motorsports. On board with the driver that rides in second position at the moment, Dylan Wilson.
Look at that, look at that. You know, one thing Tom said, cheap ain't good, cheap ain't good. Yes, it is good. You know why it's good? Because when it breaks, you get something that you get the same thing and not be out too much money, sir. What happens if you have to go to the emergency room and get the butt kicker out?
Just go buy a new one.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, we come back to action. We just took a couple of laps around the dirt track at Charlotte on board with our second place driver of Dylan Wilson. You just see it, how bumpy it was on the straightaways. Now here comes Casey back down low, down into turn number 1 and 2 into the side of Evans C there. C kind of stayed down low. Here comes Cummings Jr. up on the inside on Shad Prescott down into 3 and 4.
Oh, Wilson in the wall. He's riding it like a bull.
Yeah, yippee-ki-yay, MF.
I mean, luckily he didn't fall off because that would have been bad. I mean, that car was all... There he is, upside down.
That'll bring out a yellow, and that will take away a 4.5 second lead. Holy smokes, Cardwell. And that's Hayden Cardwell, by the way. Absolutely tearing this field, a new one.
That's right. You know, it looked like he had maybe some damage. Maybe he had a meatball. But if that car on the back straightaway, I mean, he must have been trying to get out people's way. And, you know, when you have damage in these modifieds, how it pulls to the right, it just sucked him into the... So right now on the track, you see the 42, Casey and Evan C. They're going back and forth. They probably don't like how they treat each other during that last.
Well, we can't say it's short track racing, but at the end of the day, I'm going to say they're both guilty of making contact with one another. So just move on for it. Move on from it.
There you go.
Let's just put on a good show for the next 8 laps.
Just make sure the person with me next week wears his prayer cloth. Or has it with them.
Yeah, well, just make sure that next week, if he does come on board, just make sure that you've got the prayer ready to go. Because he might just even ask you, hey, are you going to play the prayer? It was like, well, hey, if you give me more than like a half a second notice, I might be able to get it up and get it ready.
There you go.
I know someone else did that to me too. Oh wait, his name is Tommy.
All right, lights go out of the base vehicle. It's going to be the 7-car Hayden Cardwell and Evan C on the front row. Second row is Jordan Casey in the 14-car of Shad Prescott. Then you have Daniel Cummings Jr. and Chris Fisher. Then you have Dylan Petty and Corey Whitworth, Garrett Niebergy, and Dylan Thomas. All right, the drivers go into turn number 3. Side-by-side action. They're racked and stacked, and Cardwell on a loud battle. We're green flag racing. Here we go, crossing the start-finish line. Look at Casey underneath the 33. He slides up. Evans he's on the brakes, coming out turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. They're almost 3 wide, Brett. Oh, Casey. He's slinging it in there. They're side-by-side, him and Evans C. We're that second spot.
Yes, see, will he go the big slider into turn number 1 and 2? Yes, he does. Casey turns it back underneath him. Look at the swarm of cars behind him right now as Casey and C put on a bit of a slide job show here at the dirt track in Charlotte. 5 to run. We go back to Prescott, Whitworth, Cummings, Fisher, and Petty, all trying to get into the mix in the top 3, even top 5 right now. But Casey and C continue to duke it out here at the dirt track in Charlotte. 4 to go, Steve.
That's right, 4 to go. Out of turn number 4. They're still side by side for the second spot. Jordan Casey and Evan C. Casey in the wall a little bit. C slides up. Casey's back around. But look out. Here comes Shad Prescott. Oh! The 42 inches. The 33. And Shad Prescott had nowhere to go but into the back of Evan C.
Yeah, that was just a hard racing deal. C put the slider on. Casey drives around the outside of him. Comes down the racetrack. C's trying to stay underneath and not make contact with Jordan Casey. And then, of course, Shad Prescott, literally the innocent party in that one, but was the driver that had contact there with Evan C. But if I'm race control, Steve, that's not an EOL for me. That's just a tough luck. That's unfortunate for Evan C.
That's right. So right now, the 69 car moves up into that 4th spot. That's Corey Whitworth. Dylan Petty rounds out your top.
So we're going to have a green-white checker situation, Steve. And it's going to be our 2 drivers that are sitting 1st and 2nd in the championship. They are switched around on the racetrack. Hayden Cardwell sits 2nd in the points championship, 30 points behind Jordan Casey. Now, I'm doing math on the fly here. Let's say they finish 2nd and 1st. Depending on how many incidents Casey has, I'm going to say Cardwell doesn't have any because he's out in front and he's only running up against the wall. Let's say Casey's got 2. Okay, so we take away 3 points from that, 27 points. Quickly, we're going green flag this time, boy. Jeez.
That's right. Green, white, checker.
They're not leaving me much room. Hayden Cardwell, if he's to win next week, if Jordan Casey finishes 13th or better, he wins the title. How about that one? On the fly. Boom.
There you go. And the green flag is out. They come out turn number 4. Cardwell to the point. As they go into turn number 1, you see run the high side. Look right there. Casey follows with him, but look at the 14. Oh, 3 wide per second spot there. As Whitworth trying to stick his nose in. They come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, Brett. Bring us home.
1 lap to go here at the dirt track in Charlotte, the penultimate race of the AC2 Skinz UMP Modified Series. He has been so dominant all night here tonight. Out of turn number 4, Hayden Cardwell will be victorious and will win for the first time after starting on pole position. Second home is going to be Jordan Casey. Third at the line to continue the D1RT sweep here tonight. Shad Prescott, Corey Whitworth in 4th, Dylan Petty 5th, Daniel Cummings Jr. 6th, Chris Fisher 7th, Davin Cardwell from the C main up to position number 8. 9th is going to go to Dylan Thomas, Jared Windholes in position at number 10. Al Balducci, Bryce Nichols, Josh Blanchard, Anthony Cordell, Zachary DeLong, Todd Frolick, James Schmidt, Colin Bowden, Bryson Banks, Evan C, Dylan Wilson, Kendall Tucker, Blake Hardy, Shane James, and Wesley Waltney. Well, D1RT take the podium sweep here tonight, and Hayden Cardwell finally wins from the pole position.
Choo-choo!
All right, so we're just going to wait for these 3 drivers, hopefully, to get in here. Well, we've got our winner already. He's not going to waste any time tonight in chatting to us here in Victory Lane. Second time, picked up the win in the super late models last night, didn't he, Steve?
That's right, and you picked him.
Yes, that's right. I did pick him, but tonight I didn't have the chance to pick him because Stephen, he wanted to make amends for last night. But your winner here tonight, driving car number 7, and the first time this season, he has won from the pole position. Hayden, it's taken you 3 attempts to get it done, but you finally get it done. But a dominating drive here tonight, buddy.
Yes, thank you. Can you thank all the guys here at Monsters Dirt for hanging on? John was running a little late tonight, but put in a great show. Charlotte's probably my favorite racetrack on the game. I've said it a lot. When it gets up on the outside, I feel like I'm always the one to beat up here. But can't thank all the guys for racing, and glad we can finally start up front and finish up front.
Championship battle heats up next week. Yeah, technically 29 points behind Jordan Casey as it stands going into next week. Double points next week on offer. Of course, he might lose some points because of some incident points throughout tonight's race. Does that play into your mind going into next week at the Eldora Speedway?
Actually, I had no idea what I was in for points, but double points. Anything can happen. We just gotta be on our A game again. Be careful, and hopefully go up there and win and get a max point. And if anything happens to Jordan, we could be able to capitalize on a championship here.
How difficult is it to get around? Not so much get around, but go down the straightaways here, because from pretty much the 20 laps or 25 laps or so, we've seen cars starting to bounce all the way down the straightaways. How difficult is that to set your car up to go into the turns lap after lap?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's one thing you say that. There with about I'd say 15, 10 to go. It started to get really bad on the back straightaway. I could keep up with it and down the front straightaway getting in one, and I could be fine there. But the back straightaway, it would kind of dodge, left and right, and I would have to correct it going in three. But it definitely throws you off, like you're entering points and stuff. You just got to be careful and know and watch for the car to react not the way it usually does on you.
All right, well, congratulations on the win here at the dirt track at Charlotte for the AC2 Skinz UMP Modified Series. That makes it 2 from 2 in your last 2 races on broadcast races here for Monsters of Dirt and Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate not only a win, but a D1RT sweep lockout of the podium. So congratulations, and we'll let you thank those sponsors as well once again.
Yep. Just can't thank Steve McMillan for everything he does. Said it enough, but all the guys at Monsters Dirt and UFO Broadcast.
All right, there we go. Hayden Carwell victorious here from the dirt track at Charlotte. We'll throw it over to Steve, who's standing by with your second place finisher tonight.
Well, he's known as a troublemaker. Car number 42, Jordan Casey. Congratulations on your second place run there. You had a great battle there with Evan C. And at the end, a racing incident.
Racing incident. It is what it is.
There you go.
I mean, I don't know. Evan, I cleared him on 2 side jobs. I think he drove in the back of me, and then Shad also said that he drove in the back of him when he cleared him on a side job. So I wasn't gonna leave him any room, and I started racing him a little bit harder. He's probably a little bit faster at the end, but I don't know how Hayden gets around that top like that though. That's crazy. For like 3 laps, and I had nothing.
Well, you definitely have something because, you go into next week as still the points leader at 23 points ahead of Hayden Gardwell. And, you just got to basically, I would say, finish in the top, yeah, at least 10 positions, top 10. If you finish in the top 10, the championship's yours next week.
It's probably gone because I think I'm gonna have to go to Idaho here on Monday, and no iRacing for me for a little bit.
Oh.
Might be done with, but I don't know. I don't think points pays out too much in this league, does it? Or
I don't know. That's what we gotta talk. You gotta talk to the boss man.
bragging rights, and then I just get to talk to you guys a little bit more, so it's not really.
All right. So I guess you're gonna be gone for a while. You're gonna be in Idaho, like that. Will you be back in a week or so? You're talking about being gone for like.
I don't know how long I'll be gone yet. I'm not even 100% sure I'm leaving, so we'll see. But
All right.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to run next week and get the points.
Well, if not, we'll definitely see you Sunday night. That's for sure. So, with that being said, who would you like to think making it all possible for you to run tonight?
Everybody at D1RT that's helped me out, helped me get faster. I got that BLR win because of them. I don't think I would have got that win if I was on any other team. But they've helped me get so much faster here recently. So huge shout out to them guys, Eddie Livingston, Shad, my come on brother, and then that's about it. You guys for broadcasting, and John for putting on the league.
All right, that's car number 42, Jordan Casey, coming home in second spot. Now, with Chad Prescott, number 14, it's going to be Brett Wheeler with him's interview.
Yeah, chatting with Shad Prescott here home in third place tonight. Shad, congratulations on a third place run here tonight. You had a pretty good battle there with Evan, Jordan, Dylan there at the start of this race, and 50 laps, just a couple of yellows in this one. Not a bad racetrack and not a bad night overall. How you feeling after that one?
It's feeling pretty good. I mean, third place for a track like that, it was a handful out there. Super rough, hard to hang on to down the straightaway. So I was happy coming home in third.
Bruh.
What was that, Steve?
I don't know. Shaggy got quiet.
Just trying to hijack your interview, Shad. Jesus. All right, let's get back to this. This track, it was tacky to start the night off and all throughout that B main. You guys had 5-minute warm-up session before the A main. Did that help run the track into where it was a couple of different grooves during this main event?
I thought, the track didn't race terrible for most of us. Hayden was definitely in his own league, different zip code. Nobody there was going to outrun him or even get close to running with him, being able to run the top like he can. But other than that, I don't think it raced too bad back from like second, at least from where I was at. It ran pretty good. It's just like I said, it's so hard and it's so rough on the straightaway. It's kind of hard to race side by side with people and not get into them. It's pretty difficult. But it seems to be fixed setups really promote rough racetrack, especially down the straightaway to where the open sets don't really do it as bad. You still get it, just they're super terrible with fixed setups for some reason.
Well, that's another thing that I sort of asked Hayden too. Those bumps on the racetrack. How do you go about setting yourself up, considering that the rear end of the car literally just picks up and you just get wheel spin in the air for just that split second? How does that deter you away from trying not to hit those bumps, or how does that how does that get into your mind during that race?
Well, the way I was running, I kind of would run across them getting in and then just try to make sure the car was still pointed straight and didn't get launched up in the air and turn sideways on entry. If you could do that, you could manage through them. But if for some reason you missed it down the straightaway and you got to bouncing and couldn't get it back underneath you, I'd definitely go for a wild ride there.
All right, well, congratulations on a third place run here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate a third place, and then also a 1, 2, 3 for D1RT. Sponsor shout outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes the wheels turn on this number 14 machine?
Yeah, let's go to thank Eddie Livingston with D1RT and all the guys over there. They all know who they are. We race on here quite a bit, and without them guys, I think most of them guys over there, we all race clean and with respect and just try to have a lot of fun.
All right, congratulations on third, Chad. Hopefully we see you next week.
Thank you guys. A great broadcast as always.
All right, there we go. Shad Prescott there home in third position. Steve, it's a 23-point championship battle going into next week. Double points. Essentially, it's 2 points up position now. And, well, it's Jordan Casey's championship to lose. Hayden Cardwell's to gain.
That's right, and the pressure is on. We're going to see some fun, some exciting racing next week. Well, you won't. I will.
Yeah, I believe next week. Now, next week we're going to have, I believe it'll be 2 streams going at roughly the same time. We are going to have the VLR Turkey Gobbler. And we're also going to have the final round of the AC2 Skinz UMP Modified Series again. Steve will be on the UMP race for Monsters of Dirt, and I'll be on the VLR race.
And we're going to show them who's the best, right, guys? Because we're going to be watching the the modifieds.
Yeah, feel free to tune in to whichever one you like, or tune in to both. Doesn't really matter. As long as you tune in to Ultimate Dirt TV, we're going to have a pretty good week next week. Championship week for Wednesdays. Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Models Champion will get a Butt Kicker Award. And of course, we'll have Butt Kicker sharing the videos on all their social media pages. So we thank those guys and, of course, Checkers and Wreckers for all that they do, not only for Monsters of Dirt, but for us here as well at Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, we'll have the final race of the Monsters of Dirt Super Late Models, and of course the AC2 Skinz UMP Modified. Steve, as always, it's been a fun week, fun couple of days as always, and we'll see you Sunday night.
Yes, sir.
All right, that'll do it for us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, don't forget to check out AC2 Skinz on their social media pages, or you can message the Monsters of Dirt Facebook page, give them a like and a follow while you're there. Don't forget to check out their website, iRacingMonstersOfDirt.com. Of course, you can keep up to all the date action here on Ultimate Dirt TV by liking and following us on our Facebook page, of course, facebook.com/Ultimate Dirt TV, or we ask you to go to our YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/Ultimate Dirt TV, hit that subscribe button, you can watch all the action live, or whether you want to watch it on Facebook or YouTube, doesn't really matter. The support is much appreciated. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, we say farewell and a good night. And until Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen, for the World of Thunder Racing League, it's Brett Wheeler and Steve McMillan signing off.